Well, hello, everybody. I can see us now, so I know we're live. And I am so glad to be with you all right now. Let me tell you something. We are in for a treat tonight. I'm so excited. I'm going to tell you why I'm excited in just a moment, but please share this with someone. I can see you all both on my computer and on my phone. And so I'm looking forward to your comments. I'm looking forward to you all sharing with us tonight. But you don't want to miss this because this is your opportunity to get yourself all the way together before 2020. I'm telling you, you want to be in on this conversation for the inspiration and the motivation you are about to receive. So please share this with someone. I'm about to share it right now, and I want you to do the same. Oh, give me a second. I'm doing it. I'm sharing. Share this with someone, and if you are watching the replay, you have a duty to respond and say hello to us still, and still share it with someone. Please continue to let someone know that we're on and say hello to us. Let us know that you're here with us. It is getting cooler outside, so I know some of you all are trying to stay warm inside. Come on in here and share with us. All right, I think I've done all of my sharing for the night. And I'm looking for your comments to say hello to us and let us know that you've joined us tonight. All right, my name is Trinace Richardson, and I'm so happy. I see you all. Hey, Robin. Hi, Jessica. Please share this and let someone know that we're on. My name is Trinace Richardson. I am the founder of Real Women, and we create safe spaces for women to do personal development work on themselves. We do that through monthly live and virtual sister circles. Our live sister circles right now are located in the DC metro area. Every first Sunday, you can find us in Charles County. Every second Saturday, you can find us in PG County. Every third Saturday, you can find us in Northern Virginia. And every fourth Saturday, you can find us in Baltimore, Maryland, and Hampton Roads, Virginia. But our goal is to become accessible to you no matter where you live across the country and abroad. So if you're interested in helping us get to your area in 2020, realwomenrock.org. Again, realwomenrock.org. If there's ever a time where you all can't hear me or see me or if things freeze up, please let me know through the chat. So that I can adjust accordingly. I'm on location tonight because my son is in a play and I'm at his play rehearsal, but I wasn't going to neglect being with you all. It is cold. I'm so glad y'all are here with me. And so we are right now in the DC metro area live. But if you are not in the DC metro area and you would still like to connect with us in sister circles, not only do you get this opportunity to have a sneak peek into what it means to be in a real women's sister circle, because we have some real conversations on these Tuesday night Facebook chats, but you can also join our all access membership. If you join our all access membership, you get a virtual sister circle every month, along with a ton of benefits. And the list goes on and on as far as the benefits are concerned. You want to go to realwomenrock.org. Again, realwomenrock.org to check out all of the benefits of becoming an all access member. And so we encourage you to do that tonight. I have two quick announcements for you in addition to just that preface. The first is, of course, this Saturday is the third Saturday. So Real Women Northern Virginia will be meeting in Burke, Virginia. You are welcome to join us. For all of the details, you can visit us on any of our social media pages or again, go to realwomenrock.org for all of the details. And we have a free workshop right now happening to introduce you and your sister girlfriends to what it means to be a part of Real Women. We're calling it How to Be Confident and Cultivate a Rich and Rewarding Life. Nobody said life would be easy for us, but it can be rich and rewarding, and you can be confident in who you are and what God has created you to be. We want to help you do that. So I have put the URL in this heading. It's TrenaceRichardson.com/Real Women Rock. There will be 4 workshop videos there available to you before it's all over. There are 2 available to you right now, and I literally break down how and why Real Women was started and what it means to live confidently and to cultivate a rich and rewarding life and really grow together. So I'm really hoping that you all will be a part of the Real Women Northern Virginia Circle this Saturday. In addition to that, you will take us up on our offer to do this free workshop. And you can go to the URL that's in here. All right, I have done 5 minutes really, worth of announcements, and I'm hoping that has given you time to share this out with somebody and get somebody else on, because you see the topic, we need this topic. So tonight we're going to be talking about working out. We're going to be talking about getting fit, honestly, from the inside out, because our guest is really going to talk about it all. And she is such a beautiful person inside and out. But I have to give you my preface for this session. We've been talking for a long time about getting her on here, because I really have to sincerely say, and I'm going to try to do this without tears, I'm a thug DMS up. I'm a DMS it up. I'm not going to thug it out. But I have known Robin for years now, and she literally helped jumpstart my wellness journey. After I had Nigel, I was just so up and down my roller coaster ride with both my weight and my health overall. And I got really desperate. And you get desperate when you're ready to pay some money to do something you could do at home by yourself. But because you are not doing it at home by yourself, you need support. Some of y'all out there know you need support, and you're not paying for it. You're not investing in yourself, but you'll invest in everything else. Well, I finally invested in myself, and I reached out to Robin. I probably reached out to a few places, but Robin was just the combination of no nonsense, but really deeply caring about me and my well-being. It was a perfect scenario for me. If you go far enough back in my Facebook videos and everything, you'll see me struggling in her But it was all for a great cause. She got me to a wonderful place and wellness lessons that I still practice today. And I am honestly committed to getting back in her space in 2020 because of the ongoing support that she provides, not just with her clients, but with her own life, her own testimony. I'm gonna let her give all the details because I won't get the titles right. But this woman, y'all saw the advertisement I gave. She is buff to death, okay? And she works out consistently for herself. You've ever gone to a hairdresser and they can do your hair, but their hair look jacked up? It's real hard to sell that hairdresser, right? It's not hard to sell Robin at all as a fitness instructor because she practices what she preaches, and it's obvious. She is a friend of mine, a sister friend of mine, who has encouraged me as we were starting Real Women and getting it off the ground. She has encouraged me every step of the way, and I consider her a sister. And in the wellness space, she is my shero. And so I wanted to expose you all to her. So as she's introducing herself, I want y'all to be honest on a scale of 1 to 3. while she's introducing herself, on a scale of 1 to 3, where are you in your fitness journey, your physical fitness journey? 1 being help, somebody help, I need somebody help. Or 3, I feel really good about where I am in my fitness journey. And then, you know, of course, 2 is somewhere in between. But I want to see those numbers coming through while Robin introduces herself, and just tell us a little bit about you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me, Trinace. And I was honored that you asked me to do a Facebook Live chat with you. Yeah, you know, we go way back, like, you know, oh man, we go way back. I think about our sessions and the fun we had, the heart-to-heart talks and everything. But just to give everyone a little bit about myself, my name is Robin Marion. I am the owner and primary trainer of Velvet and Still Fitness here in Waldorf. And I have been in the fitness industry now 22 years, I believe.
Wow.
And I started when I was in the military, and at that point, it was more so for me to help get my service members into a healthier and fitter way of life, because anybody that's on here that's in the military, we know that the military is designed to keep you fit to fight the force, but there's not really a whole bunch of anything that teaches you how to live a healthy lifestyle outside of, providing your responsibility to the military. And I saw so many of my junior personnel that were on the verge of being kicked out of the military because they couldn't meet the weight standards, people that had, they were the main source of income. And that was one of the things that jump started me to say, okay, I want to do something more than just what the military is telling me to do to help them out. And it took off, and I became someone that was just, people call me a fitness fanatic, but fitness is one of the, to me, fitness and health is one of the pillars of leading a healthy lifestyle. And I, on my website, I say there's a trinity. You have to be spiritually, emotionally, physically fit. So many have 1 or 2 and not the third, or they may have 1 and not the other 2. And I just feel like it's a calling for me. It's not, it's my grandmother used to always say, a lot of people go to work every day and they never find their passion. But if you find your passion, doing the work comes easy. So it's just something that I enjoy doing. So I am, like I said, I'm honored. I've been in this business for a long time. And yeah, I have a lot of little names and titles behind my name and all that stuff, because I'm always trying to stay active and keeping myself abreast of what's going on in the fitness and health industry. There's no one size that fits all when it comes to health and fitness. There's no cookie cutter approach. So my goal is always to know as much as I can to help those that need help without them feeling like they're a carbon copy of someone else. So yeah, I'm a marathoner, triathlete, run coach, strength conditioning coach, track and field certified coach, and that's just to name a few things. And now I can add to my title, I am officially a professional figure competitor, because I competed just recently in 2 shows and earned my pro card for the 40 plus age group. So for anyone that's looking at me, yes, I am over the age of 40. I will be 50 in December. So health and fitness does not have an age. It just has the desire to do it.
And still got the high school and college boys looking at you funny, like, hey, girl. I think that is wonderful. So listen, y'all, I'm not playing. I am bringing you some serious inspiration tonight. So you want to share this out with somebody, and you want to take some notes and let us know what your questions are as I ask Robin a couple of questions. If you have fitness questions, ask them in the chat and we will get them to her during this time that we're together with her. And I'll share with you we will share with you how to stay connected to her in just a little bit. I wanted to ask you this, Robin, because you are such an example for us by what you do to stay fit. And for many of us as women, you know, we don't make time as we should to work out, to stay fit. And I just want to know, you're a wife, you're a mom, you have stuff going on in your life. And so from your perspective, thinking about us, you're just as busy as we are. Why have you made fitness such a big part of your life? And in turn, why should we make fitness an important part of what we're doing?
That is a very good question. And I actually get asked that question all the time. And how do I fit it all in? And, you know, the simple answer is, before I expand on it a little bit more, the simple answer is I get it all in because I want to. I have to. You know, there was a time when I wasn't the healthiest person. There was a time when I was in and out of the hospital. And I tell people all the time, I know what it feels like to have pain. I know what it feels like to be sick. I know what it feels like to rely on doctors to, you know, make me healthy, which is really a way of keeping me unhealthy. But now that I am working out and I'm eating healthy and everything, I know what it's like. I know how that feels, and it feels good. So in terms of how do I make time? You know, there's a saying that goes, you know, we make time for the things that we want. But I believe that we owe it to ourselves. I just don't feel like we're ever well-rounded if something that we really need in our life is missing. And like I said before, we can be spiritually and emotionally fit, but if you're not physically fit, that plays a part into your spirituality. That plays a part into your emotional health. And, you know, as far as health and fitness is concerned, we make time for everything else. And that I had to take that mindset of, I make time to go get my hair done. I make time to, you know, to run the kids here, there, and everywhere. I make time for my clients, you know, but if I can't make time for me, then not only am I not being the best version of myself for me, I'm not being the best version of myself for someone else. So I schedule my time to work out just like I would any other appointments. And I rarely deviate to let someone affect that appointment. You know, I even take time out of this. I schedule time on my studio block time with clients to get my workouts in. It's not always the same time. And that's another misconception, that people think they have to work out at the same time every day, you know, and it becomes an excuse too, because, well, I normally work out at 7 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning, where I got to go into work early. I guess I won't get my workout in. Okay, well, you may have to go into work early today or tomorrow, but how does that affect you coming home and doing your workouts? You can still get it done, but it becomes a crutch for a lot of people where, you know, if they can't get it done at a certain time, then it can't be done. And exercise and health and fitness is so fluid. It is not a rigid process. It is so flexible, and it's only as rigid as you make it.
And thank you for sharing all of that, because it really does help eliminate excuses, right? And I think about myself, the times in which, and you know me, like you've helped move my limbs as much as I have. So for me, the roller coaster ride, I will put work before anything in a season of time. And then the next season, I am all about self-care. And so it ends up becoming this roller coaster ride for me and so many people that I know, that we don't put ourselves in the forefront consistently. And what I hear you saying is, no matter what the season of the year is, whether it's cold outside or hot outside, whether, we got a day job or a night job, whether we're working overtime or not. There are literally no excuses because there's some way we can get it in.
Mhm.
And so I'm just, saying it to myself as I'm encouraging you all that as we are in this last quarter of the year, we don't have to wait until January to start doing things differently. We can literally start now and with no excuses, start doing things to move more. And so when it comes to moving more, I learned so much from you about this. And this has been probably my Achilles heel since I have not been with you, because I've learned the importance of strength training from you.
Mhm.
And so I wanted you to talk about, and I laugh now inside myself because I've heard you talk about in general, well, with girlfriend time, we talk a little more than in general, but, but I've heard you talk in general about the fact that cardio only just doesn't do it. It's not the end all be all. And so could you talk about the difference between cardio and strength training? And for women who may be adverse to, what it looks like to strength train or lift weights or whatever, could you just talk about that? Because it makes so much sense to me after talking about it with you, after working out with you. Like, ooh, I just, you feel sexier and everything. But to understand the difference between the two and why it's not just enough to go walking or running. Could you talk about that?
Oh, absolutely. So in the health and fitness industry, well, let me rephrase that. I've tailored it to explain it in a way that my clients understand, and what I call it is the fitness blueprint. Okay, so within the fitness blueprint, you have things that you should do to become a healthier version of yourself, and you can't get to that point with just one or the other. So the fitness blueprint incorporates cardio, it incorporates strength training or some type of resistance training. It could be body weight resistance training, but just something that applies resistance and requires you to exert effort to move, push, pull something. And then you also have your stretching, which, stretching on your own, yoga, rest, and your nutrition. And as far as the cardio is concerned, I would say about 85 to 90% of the ladies that I speak to are so adverse to strength training and they only do cardio. And so the reason, the way that I explain it to them is, and I'm going to try to use the analogy. I think I use this with you. If you're trying to get the lean muscle, if you're trying to get the body fat to drop, if you're trying to get your body to take a different shape or whatever, outside of what you already genetically have that cannot really be changed, you're not going to get that from cardio. Cardio is basically or more solely designed to strengthen your heart. It's for heart health. Whereas strength training is going to give you that lean muscle. It's going to give you those curves. And it's going to change the dynamics of how your body actually looks. But most women have the myth in their head that if they lift weights, they're going to look like a man. Ladies, I'm here to tell you, there's no way that's going to happen because you don't have the DNA makeup or the testosterone levels in your body to do that unless you're taking something that is enhancing it to happen. And then at that point, you may look like a man, but you're going to look like an odd man because you're still going to have feminine features. But when you do strength training, once you're done with your strength training, you still have a calorie burn that's up to 2 hours post that strength training. So your body is still a burning machine. Whereas when you do cardio, pretty much when you stop cardio, so does your calorie burn stop. So it's not to say that you don't need cardio. You still need cardio. They all work together. But unfortunately, so many of the people that I come in contact with and so many of the people that I train before I change their mindset only have one or the other. Now, I do have some people that only like strength training and they can't stand cardio. But that is few and far in between to what I normally come across. And what I normally come across is the cardio only ladies. But, you have to think also of functional fitness, which functional fitness is what you do in your daily activity. And I always, try to explain it to my ladies, you need to be able to push, pull, move your own body weight. And
Mhm.
you know, what would you do if you know, I know it's an extreme, but if you fell in a manhole or something and you got to pull your way out, the average lady does not have the strength to do that because they don't do strength training. And in addition to that, strength training also increases your bone density that we lose as we get older as females. You
Mhm.
won't get that replaced by doing cardio.
Mhm.
So it is crucial that everyone incorporates all of those things that I said into their health and fitness lifestyle. You know, you might like cardio more than strength training, and that's completely fine. Because I have some people that do cardio more, and I'm not asking them to do more to have strength training overtake it, but I want them to incorporate it. And right
Mhm.
now, because so many people lack the strength training aspect, they constantly find themselves being reactive to their health instead of proactive to their health. So they're reacting to things that are happening because of the lack of, instead of being proactive and preventing it from happening.
Woo, this is good. Okay, so you ready? Because there are a whole lot of questions in the chat for you right now.
Sure.
At some point, we just gonna cut them off and tell them to reach out to you personally and pay for it. But this is their free moment right now. So here we go. Here are some questions. The first one is when it comes to injuries,
Mhm.
a knee injury, a foot injury, something that would prevent you from doing a workout, unhindered. What would you suggest folks do as they are gaining weight because they can't move the way that they used to because of an injury?
Okay, well, that's actually a very good question because I do a lot with corrective exercise. And what I will say first off is, and I don't want this to come out sounding harsh because Trinace, as you said, I'm pretty much cut and dry, but there's very seldom anything that you cannot do that will not allow you to move. Now,
Mm.
I understand you can't move in the same capacity, but in the health and fitness world, we have what we call progressive and regressive. And generally, when someone is starting off new or they've injured and they're building back up, you have other regressive things that you can do. But what you do is you just try to increase the intensity. So, not necessarily if you can't, like, say, run or something like that. You can't run because the pressure of your foot or your foot striking the pavement, the treadmill or whatever causes more pain. So you don't do the running, but you can walk, or you can do the bike, you can do the recumbent bike. There are other things that you can do. And what you would do is while you're doing those, you would try to just make sure your intensity is still at a level where you're burning calories um, at a rate that will produce weight loss. And then
Mhm.
additional to that, a lot of times when people get injured and they can no longer perform at the level that they were performing, their nutrition doesn't change. So this is a key point I need
Mhm.
everyone to understand. If your activity decreases and your nutrition was at the level to match the intensity of what you were doing, when your intensity decreases, your nutrition needs to change. You cannot continue to eat the same amount of calories and everything that you were eating when you were more active when you're not as active, because you're not creating the energy expenditure to burn that off. So
That
your
is
nutrition has to change.
so good. Did I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
No, no, you didn't.
I'm sorry. I was like, oh, what happened? Because I just had to react out loud because that is just so we cannot keep eating the same way if we're not moving as much. They work
Mhm.
together hand in hand.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so many people get that wrong because I have had clients who had surgeries, and they've come to me and said, "Hey Robin, I'm not going to be able to work out like I was working out but because I'm getting ready to have surgery." And the first thing that I told them, or I tell them, or when I give them changes to what they're eating is, okay, well, you're going to be less active, which means you're more sedentary now because you're on recovery, or you can't do as much as you were doing. So we need to change what you're eating in terms of your calories. So
Mhm.
you can't eat what you're eating right now because you're getting pushed and you're working out. You can't eat that when you're no longer doing that. And you
Yeah.
can actually lose weight. I'm not encouraging this, but you can actually lose weight in the absence of working out. It's just that what people are putting in is not matching the energy that they're putting out.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Let me just add to that I am a benefactor, not these days. It's been over a year, if not two, almost two, but I was a benefactor not only of your workouts, but also of your nutrition plans. And so you provide all of that to your clients. I'm a witness about that.
Mm-hmm.
And so Zalinda asked, do you do private, meaning in-home, or like kind of on location, or do you do facility workouts? And I can speak to the fact that I know Robin has her own studio, and she welcomes both groups as well as individuals to train at her own studio. But I guess the question is, do you ever do private, or do you just do them in your studio?
Not anymore. I used to do private sessions, but I had to pull back from that because what I found is that it kind of limited me on the creativity that I could do with my workouts, because I was either relying on the individual's equipment that they had at home, or I was transporting stuff, and it just became a lot more cumbersome for me. So I don't do the in-home. I do the private one-on-ones in my studio. I do the group fitness in my studio, and I also do virtual training.
And let me tell you, for anybody who is in or near the Waldorf area, or if you are willing to travel because you know you are worth the investment, her studio is amazing, and it has everything you need. And so it would definitely be worth it. I think this is a great question. I can probably take 2 more questions out of this list, y'all. But this is a great question. When it comes to, let me see, hold on, I just lost it. Okay, being a binge eater, there are so many of us who are binge eaters or emotional eaters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the nutrition side of things, because you said that it really makes a difference, you know, depending on our movement, how we eat. And so if you could address the nutrition part of what we should be eating, that would really be helpful, especially in light of us possibly being binge eaters or emotional eaters.
Okay, that's actually a very good question. And when I do my consultations with potential clients or new clients, and I do my intake, one of the aspects of my job is being a certified health coach as well. So the binge eating aspect and the things that the question addressed are things that I address in my consultations. And what we have to do is, you know, what I find is most people, when they binge eat on the most unhealthiest things, because those are their comfort foods. But it's not to say you can't eat something when you're emotionally stressed or something like that, but you have to choose healthier options. And what you will find is, once you start choosing healthier options, the binge eating actually slows down. And you also have to find out what your triggers are. What is triggering you to do that? There, you know, the response doesn't always have to be in terms of food. I'll use myself, for example. A lot of times when I find myself stressed, and Lord knows, you know, I'm pretty much there almost every day. When I find myself stressed, I have things that I like to eat, but because I know they're self-sabotaging me, you know, my option would be, so a lot of times, is to just go take a nice bubble bath and just relax and calm down and, you know, take some time for myself. So if you are one that does binge eat, find healthier options to do that with, if that's what you're going to do. But first of all, identify what the trigger is that's causing you to binge eat. Stress, but stress for us as females is so high right now. The last study that I looked at, which was probably about a month ago, our stress levels are higher, way higher than men's. I mean, men, they've always been that way, but they've increased exponentially. And the other negative thing about it is most of us, particularly in the African American community, don't adequately identify stressors. And so because we don't adequately identify stressors, we succumb to those stressors in the form of hypertension, high cholesterol, overeating, obesity, heart attacks, strokes. So these are the things that I encourage people to find out what those triggers are, and then really ask yourself, do I really need to eat this? If most people, I say, if you're sitting there with a candy bar and, a handful of almonds or something like that, almonds being the healthier one, most people are going to go for that candy bar.
Mm-hmm.
But then before you go for that candy bar, think about all the progress that you've made, the steps that you're taking to be healthier, and then know and understand that you don't need that candy bar. Have the almonds, or you may not need either one. But just identify what's triggering you to cause you to do those things, and then find healthier alternatives to that. It's not something that happens overnight. I will say that, with 100% from a health coach perspective, it's not something that happens overnight. But I've had people journal, when those triggers come up. I've had them journal, what was it that happened that made me want to do this? And then how can I avoid not doing this the next time? And give yourself a list of things that are healthier choices, healthier options than the one that you choose. And then when you see that trigger come up again, look at that list and choose the healthier instead of the unhealthy. Yeah. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, no. That makes perfect sense. And I just wanted to add, I'm sure that was helpful to Z and those asking, but I wanted to add to what you said, because a lot of times binge eating or emotional eating can't even, you don't even have the willpower to think about it, to think twice or to pause or slow down if you are not doing two things. If you are not, putting yourself in an environment where you are constantly being poured into in a healthy way. For example, I really do my best now to listen to podcasts or read magazines or look up articles or something that I know when it's time for me to transition from doing my little too busy for myself, to invest in myself, to move into a season of self-care, which I should be in all the time. What I do is I start to immerse myself in that information so that it'll be a trigger for me that I won't innately and inherently just pick up the wrong thing. And then two, accountability, like to even be able to say to a girlfriend or a sister, somebody that's really going to hold you accountable, that I'm going to reach out to you or check in on me. And then I mean, even the accountability of investment. I made sure when I did invest in Robin, I made sure I went. We were meeting at 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, but I made sure I went because I was spending my coins there. That will make you go.
Yeah.
For some of us, we do this gym membership, and it's like this unrealistic thing because nobody is expecting us to be there. What I love about Robin is you're meeting with someone's looking for you. And so that's another level of accountability that I think, so many of us need. And like I said, in 2020, I'm up in my game. I'm starting before then, but I'm up in my personal game because the consistency of self-care and of keeping your health together is so important, especially the older we get. So the last question I wanted to ask, which I thought was a great one as we're closing, is about menopause. And just as women get older, our body chemistry changes, and we blame a whole lot of stuff on the change, right? So a couple of questions in the chat were asked about, how should we be changing or maneuvering things based on menopausal weight gain? Is there anything special about weightlifting or strength training or cardio or eating that we should know that would positively affect menopause?
Yes, that is an excellent question. Majority of my ladies are older, so they're either going through the change or expecting it to happen. So what I will say first off is one of the myths about menopause is exercise makes it worse. No, ladies, it does not. It actually makes it better because remember, you have a hormonal imbalance going on in your body. So exercise actually helps with that. It helps restore your energy levels. I know the sweat factor is there. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes to have a hot flash in the middle of a hot flash and a cold flash and a hot flash again. I know. I trust me. I understand. I was put in forced menopause, so I understand. But when it comes to what you
Right.
eat, you have to make sure, number one, there, and Trinice knows this because I preach it all the time. There are three macro essential nutrients, okay? Your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. Our bodies need all three of those things. So when people say that I'm doing no carbs, that is an absolute untruth, because your body cannot survive without carbs. And yes, ladies, vegetables are carbs. So you may not be doing a starchy carb, but you're doing a vegetable. That's a carb. You have to have all three of those components because they are essential to your body function and your body development. Now, when it comes to you going into menopause, most of my ladies and a lot of you that are on this live chat, soon as I say, what is your Achilles heel? The first thing they say is, oh, I love me some carbs. I love some bread, that kind of thing. So when you're going into menopause and you're trying to minimize weight gain, you don't want to eat something that's going to put weight on you that you can't exercise off. You don't want to eat it in excess. And that thing is carbs. Okay, that thing is carbs. Most ladies have an abundance of carbs and a lack of protein. And with those carbs comes an excessive intake of fat. So you have to create a balance there. So I always encourage my ladies that are going through menopause, have your carbs. Number one, if you're going to have to start your carbs, preferably eat them in the earlier part of the day when you have the energy expenditure to burn them off. Don't decide you're going to have all these starchy carbs at night and then you're going to go to bed, because they're going to stay right where you put them, right on your body. But try to focus on getting more lean proteins and more vegetables in your system. That's going to help stave off that additional weight gain that you get from menopause. But by all means, keep your strength training up. That actually helps. It really does help a lot. That goes back to that bone density that I was referring to and that hormonal imbalance. So the strength training creates the lean muscle. It builds the lean muscle. It helps you drop the body fat. But you got to lift with purpose, okay? You have to lift with purpose. So many people go to the gym and they just lift to work out and to be able to say they did something. You need to visualize what you want your body to look like, how you want to feel. You have to visualize all of those things and lift with a purpose. And I tell everyone when they come into my classes, into my studio, lift with purpose. I purposely ask them, where are you feeling this at? And if they don't tell me they're feeling it in the intended muscle, then we need to make some adjustments until you do. Lift with purpose, okay? And then think twice, act once. And I say think twice, act once, because if you think twice, you won't act on the first thing, your first impulse, because the second time you think about it, you realize you don't really need whatever it is you get ready to put in your mouth or whatever, or you need to do something different. Think twice, act once.
Those are so good. Oh, you got me so excited. I can't wait to talk to you later because I got some ideas I want to share with you. And so I want the ladies to know how to get in touch with you, because I know from the live right now and from the replays and the shares and all of that, so folks are going to want to get in touch with you. So if you could give us whatever you want us to have, website, where to go for your studio, whatever you want us to do to get in touch with you, how do we do that?
Okay, well, my studio is located in Waldorf and the address is 11850 Park Waldorf Lane, and it's in Suite 108. And the biggest landmark I can give you to that is the County Rec building where they do the elite gymnastics. I'm not far from the Waldorf Walmart, and it's the shopping center has light blue top buildings. So that's where I'm actually located at. I'm actually open Monday through Sunday. Let me take that back. Monday through Saturday. And I have classes on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday evenings, and then everything outside of that is, my one-on-one sessions at this point. My website is www.velvetsteel.net. You can reach me there, and you can also reach me via email at velvetsteelfitness@gmail.com. My contact number is 410-499-1865. And I will preface this by saying I do my very best to respond in a timely manner, but most times I don't get back into my house until 9 o'clock at night, after being out at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just that type of person. I don't call anybody after 9 o'clock out of respect for your time. And I know everybody's getting up. So I usually try to return calls within 24 hours and emails as well. So, if you ladies are interested, if you want to come by, check out the studio. As a matter of fact, to actually make sure I remove the excuses from anybody, I do allow a trial class for free. Okay. So no, not the personal training sessions, but any of my classes, you can come in and try that class for free. And it's for all fitness levels. So when you come in, if you decide to take us up on that, please don't come in and think that you're being compared. My environment is very welcoming, very supportive. Trinace has been there for one-on-ones and for classes. We're like a nice, family. Everybody loves each other, but we do push you. So don't feel like you're going to be judged. I'm not Planet Fitness, but we don't do judging there. We're totally about encouraging, because we're all trying to get to be healthier versions of ourselves. And, I just encourage you to come in, even if it's just to look around the studio and see, what's going on. I'm not there all the time, but if there's a time frame you want to come by, because I'm in and out, by all means, just let me know. But, the excuses have been removed. You can come and try a class for free, and we will gear it towards your fitness level. If you're a beginner, you're going to have regressive exercises and beginner exercises to get you to where you need to be.
Okay, so we got some serious folk in the chat right now. Let me tell you, they're not playing. So there are some folks, and even on the replay, I'm sure, who are going to take advantage of the free trial group classes that you offer. And so for that first free trial class, y'all, go to velvetsteel.net and I've put it in the chat so that you can see the URL, so that you can go there and see the schedule and register for a class or show up, or whatever it tells you to do it. Yes, Z. So look forward to some other stuff, because we've even done a Real Women fitness session there before.
Yeah, we did. That was fun. That was really fun.
Yeah, we had a blast. So I'll be reaching out to you, Robin. I got some stuff up my sleeve. And
All right.
I just want to thank you so much for this time with you. It has been amazing. And I want every woman to know that you would not be wasting your coins. You would not be wasting your time. You would be inspired and motivated. First of all, if you just follow Robin, because her lifestyle, her fitness lifestyle is inspiring to watch. But the fact that she has dedicated her life not just to her own fitness, but to help others of us get fit and stay fit as well. I don't know who else you should be connecting with if not her, if you are not in and around. And I know you used to do online training too as well.
I still do virtual training, yes.
Yes, so you don't even have to live in the area for the accountability and the advice and the wisdom and counsel and training that she provides. So go to the website, just go to the website, all right? Thank you so much. Oh, Court's up here saying hey to you.
Hey, Court.
So we love you all. Listen, go back, listen to it again, share it with somebody else, and don't forget about Real Women Northern Virginia this coming Saturday. If you are in or around the Northern Virginia area, visit us at realwomenrock.org to find out more information about the exact address and time. And then our free workshop is live right now at TrinaceRichardson.com/realwomenrock. And that URL is in the heading of this video. Go and enjoy 4 video sessions. There are 2 up right now and 2 coming that you can take part in to just get a sneak peek into why Real Women is formed and what it's all about. We would love for you to share that that with someone who's not as familiar with us, and then for you to get more familiar with us. Thank y'all so much for your time tonight. We'll be right back again on next Tuesday at 8 o'clock to give you another sneak peek into what it means to be a part of a Real Women conversation with some real women. Thank you so much, Robin.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.